Unbelievable.
A ghost damaged the sign.
Problem, madam?
Sir, I'm sorry, but we're closed. As you can see, we're facing some problems right now.
So, I believe you've got business troubles.
Yes. Business. I require the services of a capable man. I've been burglarized, vandalized, and I'm left alone. I need help.
You say your store's been robbed?
More than once. A thief has been stealing merchandise. And now Nathaniel has stolen the cash box and fled.
You also have a haunting. That's a lot.
Widow Ingersoll, I'm no constable, but in your case, I could make an exception and look into it.
You could? Well, thank you. I really do need that cash box back. It's not much, but it's all I have. My damned keys are in it too.
Nathaniel Sather is your salesman, as I recall. Where might he have gone? And why might he have taken the cash box?
We had words. He wished to try for Boston. I need him here. A promise is a promise. Now he's a promise breaker and a thief to boot, who took the keys I kept as a memento of my late husband.
I'll need to nose around your store. Your house, too. Do I have your permission?
You do? I won't be far.
The shopkeeper must hear everything that goes on. Tell me something interesting. Just between us.
My trusted salesman absconded with my money, leaving me alone. That's interesting.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
He lets me trade. I like the man. He says Ingersoll's store is good for the fort. I very much agree.
How are things for you since the failed mutiny?
Things are calmer now. But believe me, I keep a sharp eye out for any repeat. Widow Priest's mutiny should never have happened. It's just not proper.
I almost like the shopkeeper. Almost.
More generally, how fares Fort Jericho?
Don't ask. The captain is in his quarters, dying of the Sullins. That's how fares the fort.
I'll get to work.
Very well. I'll be here.
This account book isn't too healthy.
Mind your business, Mr. McCraith.
There's a lock. I need a key. Something's concealed. Anyone home? I'm Red McCraith, the Banisher. Show yourself.
I think we're alone.
Bathsheba Ingersoll said Nathaniel Sather wanted to go back to Boston. But really, he wanted to get back to his friend Thomas. We found all we could. Might be time to go after our thief.
Nathaniel stole a cart. Maybe you could follow his tracks.
Not a bad idea, Mrs. Ingersoll.
How do you do?
I do quite well, thank you. We must talk about your ledger. It hints at a sorry tale. Care to tell it?
It's the same old story and nothing new. Times are hard, Mr. McCraith. On everyone.
And what of Nathaniel's friend, Thomas, wasn't it?
Though Thomas stayed in Boston, Nathaniel spoke of him often. He wrote most days and posted the letters in a parcel once a month. They were close. Very close.
I must go. I'll keep you informed.
I'd rather you kept me reprovisioned with my cash box and the salesman who took it.
Cart tracks. That way. I remember Flora. Rather, she wasn't dead. Mr. Miller, sir.
Thank the gods for your safe return, Banisher. I heard you saved some lives. That's good. Everyone is grateful for what you've done. I'm grateful for what you've done. You could have shown her kindness, but you showed her steel. We need more steel around here. As much of it as we can get.
I'll bear that in mind next time. So, how are things?
Her ghost is gone. Things are good. Would you like to make a little extra money? I have some work to be done.
So, you've a job for me?
I do. Trade, you see, is difficult throughout New Eden. Your face tells me you're not surprised. We have a depot. Merchandise hidden in the marshes, below the ruined watchtower, not far from the abandoned fort. My buyers collect their goods and leave the payment. I'm unable to go without closing the store. I need you to get me my money.
Of course you do. I suppose I should be happy that you trust me with it. I'll see what I can do. The storekeeper hears much. What do you hear, Mr. Miller?
If you're looking for gossip about that grumpy old bastard Cotton Peabody, you won't get it from me.
Friend of yours, is he?
Cotton Peabody has no friends, which by rights might make him a friend of mine. But I don't like him either.
What can you tell me about Captain Pennington?
I don't respect many people here. I respect the captain. He made mistakes, but I may get to grow old thanks to him. You and he are very alike. Both of you are bastards, but you're my kind of bastards.
What think you of Helen Priest?
She is a strong and capable woman, and I like that. But I cannot figure her out, and I don't like that. Did she do what she did for the good of the fort? Or did she do it to serve herself? People lie. Sometimes for good reasons. Sometimes for bad.
How are things in the fort, by your estimation?
Things are quiet. I admit I find it uncomfortable. I'm living the life of my dreams. And you know what? After a couple of hours, the life of my dreams feels just like life.
Your stuff looks good. Let's trade.
Now, my friend, we are conversing.
Farewell to you, Mr. Miller, sir.
I'll always be glad to see you, my friend. Come to me if you need anything.
Oh, there! Who's that? Who enters? Oh, thank God. You, Scotsman, help me. Did you see it? Did you see the ghost?
Aye, I did. All right, maybe I can help. Right, soldier, spill. What's going on exactly? What happened to Nurse Wings?
What do you think happened? She died, that's what happened. She died, and now she's trying to take me too.
Why would she want you dead?
She's a ghost. She ain't here for beer and biscuits.
He's right in a way. She is killing him.
Your cough is no better. Worse, if anything.
Aye, it worsens. When she comes, I sicken. She's a better nurse living, I tell you that.
Where does her ghost go, you think?
She comes and goes through a locked door. After that, not a clue.
Is there a key? Or another way in?
Perhaps. This was the blockhouse upon a time. There was a passage out. Through the westernmost tower. I had a key. Search my things in the barracks if they haven't been plundered. Might still be there.
What's the word around here?
Ain't no word around here. Not for me, leastways.
Tell me about the captain. Speak freely, I'll not get back to him.
Let you get back to him. The captain is the best of us, and I'm proud to serve him. Proud, too, to give him my guidance when he'd call. Not that he calls no more. Suppose he has too much on his plate. Time's precious for the likes of the captain, eh?
How are things since the failed mutiny?
Oh, they're wonderful. As sweet and flat and calm as pudding in a cupboard in a rich man's pantry. Mutiny's a fool's business, and I'm no fool. Mutineers get their fellows hanged. A pox on 'em. A pox on Helen Priest.
How's life about the fort?
The captain is at his post, and the traitor has been punished. The hell with mutineers and rebels all. Mind you, the fort has gone to shite. There's work to be done, and someone needs to start handing it out.
I'm surely happy to see you're getting your strength back. Right, well, I'll look into things. You stay here.
They're in shite, you expect I'll go? You stay here. Go on then, cheeky bastard.
Where'd you get the flowers, Mr. Peabody?
It's her. She brings them.
It's locked, all right. So sweet Nurse Wings, kind and caring, comes back as a vengeful ghost.
Maybe the kindness was an act.
If she was acting, she did a bloody good job.
What have you done with her, Islander? Drop the innocent look, son. I'm not buying. That mutinous varlet escapes her cell and you swan in here without a care in the world. You expect me to believe the two unrelated?
Is he looking for a new scapegoat? Already?
Answer the question, McGrath. Where is Helen Priest?
Lost your prisoner, have you? Oh, I can't blame her for running, but I can tell you this. I had not a thing to do with it. And I don't know where she is.
I should lock you up for this.
You'd enjoy that, wouldn't you?
All right, Captain. Settle down. Walk me through what happened.
I don't know what happened, not exactly. The cell keys have vanished, the mutineer with them. Now, her character is one part vinegar and the other malaise. Now, who knows what bitter treason she now foments.
She can't have gone far. If the mountains haven't killed her, she'll be somewhere nearabouts.
While she remains out there, flapping loose like an undone mainsail, there can be no trust in here. Find her, McGrath, and I shall believe you. Find her, and do what must be done.
I happened upon this, a package for the garrison. The messenger didn't make it, sad to say, but I'm happy to deliver.
At last, the long-awaited payroll, just as Fairfax promised. Morale may improve yet.
Sad to say there's no payroll. It's just a bundle of letters. I suspect the money was stolen.
Maybe we were wrong to give it away.
Ah, for shame. I should not be surprised. Thank you, all the same, for the delivery. Perhaps the post shall offer some comfort.
How stand Fort Jericho and our people? Anything notable to relate?
Here's one. An incident with Flora Abbott. One of her comrades petitioned me against her. I turned it down. Not content with fighting spectres, some also wish to fight amongst themselves.
Tell me about Sebastian Priest. What kind of man was he?
He was my loyal right hand for the longest time. On his last assignment, he failed me, miserably. He's remembered as a hero, by those who do not know.
Why let his legend grow? And at your expense, too. You knew the truth. You could have cleared your name.
The people must have their heroes, son. Or they will make villains of the generals and string them up.
Is Helen Priest a liability, do you think? Or is she shot or bolt?
When a tiger shows its stripes, only a fool believes it's anything but a tiger. And she jeopardized a fort once before. Why wouldn't she do it again?
All right then, Captain. I'll see what I can do about Helen Priest.
She was billeted in the armory. That too is where we locked her up. You have my permission to investigate. McGrath. Fort Jericho would only hold if I can maintain unity. Should Helen Priest turn up dead, I'll not make a fuss.
Lovely man, really.
As I remember, Peabody's things are here. Perhaps the key is amongst them. No, that's not his stuff. Not here. Yeah. All right, we have what we came for. This Andrew White fella must be proud. Right then, where's Peabody's things? Why would she up and leave like that?
And why has she not come back?
Cotton Peabody is reason enough for anyone to run.
She kept records. Maybe she wrote it down.
Greetings.
Widow Ingersoll? Shall we trade?
I rather think we should, sir. What interests you?
I must go. I'll keep you informed.
I'd rather you kept me reprovisioned with my cash box and the salesman who took it.
Helen could draw. These are fantastic.
No spectral stains.
The lock wasn't picked. Pennington's missing keys.
This has been moved recently.
Well, would you look at that?
No mouse did that.
How does Pennington not know about this?
His head's up his arse, that's how. Either we have a giant rabbit, or this is where she went.
Giant rabbit? Who'd have thought? Nathaniel must have had motivation to flee in snow like this.
Or desperation. One time in a prison in Paris, I banished the rotting corpse of a bishop.
This is gonna be good.
There was a growling in the dungeon, so down I went alone. Empty cell, door locked, no pick. No idea how he got out, but he did. Turns out the bishop was possessed by a tyrant. Killed all the prisoners, was planning a rebellion. A riot of the dead. I've no idea why he was there, and at the end, neither did he, but it took me 3 days to clear the building.
Oh la la.
Please, is anyone here? Help! Someone, help!
The tracks veer to the right.
There's more of them. Sit down. Stay put.
Watch out. Spectre possession.
I think I used to count my wolf kills on one hand. Die, you bastard!
The missing cart. Abandoned. The wheel is stuck. No roots. Just how I like it.
You know I'll not wish to bother you, mistress, but when do you think you'll pay me my wages?
I'll pay you when I can, Nathaniel. You know this.
You've been saying that for months now, and I'm struggling to believe it. 'Tis in the contract that I be paid. Pay me by tomorrow, or I must act.
You must act. Do you hear yourself? Go clean the back room and hush with your nonsense.
That's it. That's blooming well it. I'll take what is mine, I'll take it.
I'm guessing this is Bathsheba's cash box. Nathaniel robbed the widow.
He betrayed her trust.
Novices really have no idea how many miles a banisher runs to solve a case.
I once met Nero Fox, the infamous banisher who solved all his cases from the comfort of his armchair.
I should have become his apprentice.
Thing is, his apprentice was the one that went into the field for him. The tracks continue this way. Ah, the cabin from Helen's drawings.
I think Nathaniel was injured.
Looks that way. What with the blood and torn clothing and all. There's blood here.
The tracks lead into this cave. Must have been really desperate. Here and now, I lift the curtain.
Go away! Leave me alone! Ah! Shoe! No! Give it back! Ah!
Eaten alive. Hope it was quick.
The wolf took a purse. Bathsheba Ingersoll's, perhaps. Did we miss a few?
There's more of them. Let's search the den. Poor Nathaniel shall never again see Boston.
But Bathsheba Ingersoll may get her money back.
Nathaniel. Poor lad.
I'm still here.
Here's the belt. The purse is with it.
Keys. Widow Ingersoll's, I don't doubt.
I've seen this symbol in the mines below Fort Jericho.
Why would she have keys to the mines?
Mines. You want to take a look, don't you?
Excuse me.
Nathaniel Sather, I presume. The salesman at Ingersoll's stall.
Indeed. Well, former salesman, obviously. Killed on his journey to Boston.
Yes, we found your body. Sorry about that. I'm Antea Duarte, and here is Red McWraith. We're Banishers, and we've been searching for you.
Banishers? Wonderful. You can help me. I am defenseless, unarmored, vulnerable. It's not something I enjoy.
You need our help, you say?
Indeed I do. I wish you to pass a message to Widow Ingersoll.
Pay your debts, Bathsheba Ingersoll. I think she got the message already.
She owes me my wages. Her husband left money, and she has not spent it. It is close to her heart. She'll not part with it.
That's why you stole the cash box. I've got some bad news, Nathaniel. You're dead. You can't spend the money.
No, but Thomas can. She can send it to Boston. She knows about him. She knows about my best friend in the whole wide world.
We found your purse. With the money, there were keys. Bathsheba's.
Bathsheba's. She guarded the keys closely. She'd take them with her when she went out.
Do you know where she was going?
Not far. She was never gone more than an hour.
Not far from the fort. Somewhere locked up, if the keys are any kind of clue.
If I had something to hide not far from the fort, I'd hide it in the mines. Keepsakes of her husband, she said.
A lie. Before we came to Fort Jericho, I'd never seen those keys in my life.
I'll ask you some questions, if you don't mind. A good boss, is she, the widow Ingersoll?
Once she was as good as her husband. Now, not so much.
What happened?
Old man Ingersoll was the kindest of men, and God rewarded him with a talent for commerce. He taught me all he knew, and more than that, became the father I'd never had. But he took sick and died. Bathsheba began to live for her shop alone. Nothing matters to her anymore.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your past. Where are you from?
I'm Boston born and raised. Thought I'd die there too. Alas, it was not to be. I miss the city life. The music. The colour and the splendour. The dance of commerce. The flower sellers, forget-me-nots. Oh, the forget-me-nots.
Do you have family?
I have Thomas. Bathsheba knows about him. About us. I know she read our letters.
We're not here to judge you, Mr. Sather, or who you love.
I'm in a bind now. I can get the money, and the money is mine, but I cannot use it. Bathsheba Ingersoll must send the money to Thomas in Boston.
We'll take our leave.
I don't know what this key opens. I do know Widow Ingersoll wants it even more than she wants her money. And if you find out why, she'll be very upset.
Is Sather right? Did the widow Ingersoll lie to us?
One of them isn't telling the truth. We should explore the mines beneath the fort anyway, just in case.
This is the place.
You. I had a feeling we'd be crossing paths again. If Pennington sent you, you may run along. I've nothing to say to any of you.
What are you doing up here?
Did Pennington send you? Yes or no?
He sent me, yes, and did not shy away from hinting that he'd rather see you dead than alive.
Then what are you waiting for?
That's not why we're here.
Well, then you may leave. I am done with Pennington, Fort Jericho, and all in it.
What's the plan? You can't mean to stay here forever.
I could. But no. When I'm ready and the road is open, I'll leave for Boston and begin anew. For most of my life, death has walked with me. But to see how you Banishers walk proud beside it, well, it's as if you dance along the road with death. That leads me to wonder. Perhaps it's time I embraced my gift and put it to good use. Perhaps I too may dance along with death.
Have you always been sensitive to the invisible?
I suppose I have. As a child, we'd play secret games in which we'd summon spirits, as you do. For me, though, sometimes they came. I remember, for weeks after my grandmother passed, I'd see her sitting at the foot of my bed. My father ascribed it to a wild imagination. He would not indulge it.
You weren't imagining it. You have talent. Match it to your prowess in the fight, and you'd make a fine banisher.
I was hoping to find someone to guide me on that path.
It's a hard life. Dangerous. Lots of death. Anger, resentment. Grief.
Well, then I've been training for it for years.
Be warned, child's play it is not. There's a lot more to it than clubbing spectres.
Show me. Show me a real foe with a real banisher fight. Teach me.
I'd happily be your teacher. but recent events mean I no longer qualify. Looks like you got yourself a new apprentice, Red.
All right, I'll step up till you find someone better, mind. Sebastian's husk vanished. It must have been hard to lose him all over again. How are you bedding up?
My days are quiet. Some are better than others. At times, I am grateful for the memories. At others, they feel like fingers clamped upon my throat. I'm still learning to live around my grief.
I wish I could tell you that time heals all, but I'm still learning too. Maybe it doesn't.
One day, it will be safe to remember. In this, I trust. Count your blessings in the moment, for both are fleeting.
You weren't easy to find. Why here in particular?
I was with child when the first plague came. I gave birth surrounded by the dead and dying. My son never had a chance. I wished to bury him away from the mines, away from the garrison. Somewhere his and his alone. I brought him here. I left him here. And I nearly did not make it back.
That's a lot of loss for one person. I am sorry.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
I'm curious. How did you escape without being noticed?
I know Fort Jericho better than anyone. It has many ins and outs. If Pennington hadn't had his head up his own arse, he'd have known not to put me in those cells.
That's what I said.
Did you have help?
I still have friends in the fort, and if you think I'm going to tell you more than that, then you really are mistaken about my character.
Let's show Helen how Banishers fight.
First of all, keep in mind that fighting specters is rarely easy. They can be tricky.
Caution is always advised, but you're in good hands.
I know a cave where we might find a fight. Follow me. Antea, how did you become a banisher?
My mother was a healer. She had the gift. Taught me all she knew. But I was different. I had a gift for ghosts. At 15, I set off to develop it. I knew no one and had nothing. But my teachers saw my yearning for knowledge and took me on. And here I am.
Quite the adventure. We're almost there. This is the place.
Good instincts. This cave is badly stained.
Time to dig. We use runes and words of power to make spirits manifest.
Do you pluck them from thin air with your magic rings?
It's more that we will them to come to us. The rings help channel the power.
Turn out and turn up!
I can help. This isn't over yet.
Raging Vandal. This can't be good.
I have another in sight.
Help! Oh!
You're done. Reinforcements! Have some of this!
Fine work. Both.
And that's how a fight goes.
Most of the time.
Except when your partner drops his sword or loses the tie.
Fairy stories. Neither of those entirely plausible things has ever happened.
You fight well, Banishers.
As do you.
If I didn't, I'd be dead.
If you're truly serious about becoming a banisher, I may have a contact in Boston who could help. Her name is Elizabeth Grey. You should find her, if she wants to be found, at the Green Dragon, not half a mile from the wharf. Tell her I sent you. When you meet her, please tell her she is now the best female banisher in the land.
She's interesting. I'd do some reading if I were you. Might help you make a good impression. Here, this book served me well. It'll serve you too.
I shall treasure it. Thank you. Thank you both so much.
I'm curious. How did you escape without being noticed?
I know Fort Jericho better than anyone. It has many ins and outs. If Pennington hadn't had his head up his own arse, he'd have known not to put me in those cells.
That's what I said.
Did you have help?
I still have friends in the fort, and if you think I'm going to tell you more than that, then you really are mistaken about my character.
You weren't easy to find. Why here in particular?
I was with child when the first plague came. I gave birth surrounded by the dead and dying. My son never had a chance. I wished to bury him away from the mines, away from the garrison. Somewhere his and his alone. I brought him here. I left him here. And I nearly did not make it back.
That's a lot of loss for one person. I am sorry.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Take care, Helen.
Any last advice for a young-ish apprentice before you go?
Love life. Even when you lack the stomach for it.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
God willing, we shall.
Back to Pennington to give him the news of Helen's passing.
It's such a good lie, it's almost true. Elizabeth's still in Boston?
You know Elizabeth. She loves a bit of culture. I'm told Boston has many taverns.
I'd assumed she was dead.
Most people assume she's dead. She likes it that way.
She and Helen are talking cheddar.
Yep. They're gonna have so much fun.
Is it just me or?
I felt it too. If you need a breather, we can do it here.
Greetings.
Widow Ingersoll? I must take my leave.
And may God go with you.
Well, have you found her?
From one soldier to another, and I'll not put it in writing, but Helen Priest shall pose you no more problems.
My word. Such terrible tidings. Thank you. Not your affair, of course, unless so mine. From one soldier to another, and I'll not put it in writing. But I'll not mind if the purse on my desk goes missing while my back is turned.
How are you doing, sir?
How am I doing? How am I doing? It is strange. Helen Priest's pricking thorn is plucked, the rage abates, the troop rebuilds. And yet, though the danger is past, I feel it, present. I see things in the shadows. An unexpected noise may startle me, but that's not the worst. The worst is, I miss it. I miss the simplicity of inescapable doom. The darkness calls me back. It is the strangest thing.
Nothing strange about it, Captain. In time, it fades. There'll always be moments you hear the call. Just be sure not to answer it. How stand Fort Jericho and our people? Anything notable to relate?
Nothing that concerns you, Banisher.
Tell me about Sebastian Priest. What kind of man was he?
He was my loyal right hand for the longest time. On his last assignment, he failed me, miserably. He's remembered as a hero by those who do not know.
Why let his legend grow? And at your expense, too. You knew the truth. You could have cleared your name.
The people must have their heroes, son. Or they will make villains of the generals and string them up.
What have you told people about Mrs. Priest?
I told the truth. She escaped her cell and died in the wild. A true story, unabridged and unadorned. Isn't that right, Banisher?
Oh, aye. Quite right. Permission to take my leave, Captain?
Permission granted.
Odd way to make money, but I'll take it.
Helen's free, Pennington is happy for Pennington, and soon there'll be a new Banisher. Everyone wins.
You're done.
Possession incoming.
They brought more friends.
Run! Watch out. Spectre possession.
It's bloody dark in here. Here we are. Now, let's find the symbol.
Shall we?
I do not like this place one bit.
Nathaniel was right about the keys. Now why would Bathsheba come here?
sugar, oil, and spoons. All stolen from Ingersoll's store.
According to the widow.
One thief stole the money and the keys and the merchandise and hid the stuff here. And that thief was the widow Ingersoll herself.
Why would she steal her own merchandise?
Maybe she's planning on fleeing.
Put out that light. You'll get...
Die, you bastard! Have a bit of this.
Run, Red!
You've been good to me, Mr. Ingersoll, and I'll not forget it. I'll do as you ask. I'll help your good lady wife to run the store. I'll not let you down. I swear on it.
Mr. Ingersoll, the late husband of our dear widow.
Nathaniel seemed loyal to the Ingersolls. I wonder why he broke his promise.
We should ask the widow. The ledger for Ingersoll's store. Same dates, but with much higher figures.
2 different ledgers, one of which was locked inside a chest. Widow Ingersoll didn't want Nathaniel to see the accounts. She was lying to him about the finances.
Why would Bathsheba lie about her finances?
So she wouldn't have to share the money.
So, Banishers, what did you find?
Mr. Sather. Amongst other things hidden in the mines, We found your contract with Mr. Ingersoll.
I signed that on the day old man Ingersoll died. Tears stained the page. I promised to look after the shop, to look after Bathsheba. On my oath, I bound myself to the store, but the bonds chafed. So I took what was mine and ran.
We also found an account book, a double of the one Bathsheba showed you, only healthier.
Bathsheba has money. Bathsheba lies. The money is rightfully mine.
Maybe it's time to go back to the store and confront Widow Ingersoll.
I'll ask you some questions if you don't mind. A good boss, is she, the Widow Ingersoll?
Once she was as good as her husband. Now, not so much.
What happened?
Old man Ingersoll was the kindest of men, and God rewarded him with a talent for commerce. He taught me all he knew, and more than that, became the father I'd never had. But he took sick and died. Bathsheba began to live for her shop alone. Nothing matters to her anymore.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your past. Where are you from?
I'm Boston born and raised. Thought I'd die there too. Alas, it was not to be. I miss the city life. The music. The colour and the splendour. The dance of commerce. The flower sellers' forget-me-nots. Oh, the forget-me-nots.
Do you have family?
I have Thomas. Bathsheba knows about him. About us. I know she read our letters.
We're not here to judge you, Mr. Sather, or who you love.
I'm in a bind now. I can get the money, and the money is mine, but I cannot use it. Bathsheba Ingersoll must send the money to Thomas in Boston.
We'll take our leave.
Thank you for your help.
We must talk, Mrs. Ingersoll.
Sounds ominous. So talk.
I've bad news for you. I found Nathaniel's body. The wolves got him.
Oh no. Poor boy, what a terrible end. Did he, have my keys with him?
Ah, yes. The keys. The precious keys you so ardently wished to recover. The keys which opened first a door in the mines, then a chest sat behind that door. I found your real ledger and your so-called stolen goods. You lied to me, hoping I wouldn't go to the mines. Didn't it work?
The box is mine, and so are its contents. What did you do with it? I want them back.
We have what we need. Perhaps it's time to end this.
Mrs. Ingersoll, I have someone I want you to meet. An old friend.
Lord have mercy.
Don't worry, Mrs. Ingersoll, all's well. You know Nathaniel Sather, of course. I'll confirm it. His ghost haunts your store.
You! He who left when I needed him and lingers when I very much don't!
The money is mine by right.
The money is Mr. Ingersoll's. You wanted it for your precious Thomas.
My Thomas is alive, and old man Ingersoll is long dead, and you have never grieved him. You keep me here to keep the store. You keep the store to keep your husband. You keep your husband to keep your heart unbroken.
I cannot. It would kill me to. I lied about the books. I stole the stock and hid it, so the business would continue. So you would stay.
I know. But do you hear yourself? What the hell were you thinking?
I think it's time to end this.
Nathaniel Sather, you haunt Widow Ingersoll, clinging to your claim on money you can't use and a promise you can't fulfill.
I earned my wages. She owes me.
And when she has paid you with money you can't spend, what will you want from her then?
The years she stole when she kept you from returning to Boston? Her life in recompense for your death?
I like that patter. Maybe she should pay with her life. Sold.
Typical. Consumed by frustration, your soul will only sour. You'll be bitter and voracious, and I'll not allow it.
I banish you!
Oh, Nathaniel. What an awful thing to have to see.
Here's our tower.
You found it. My thanks. Mr. McCraith, forgive me. I did not see you there. I see you bring company. How lovely.
Good day to you, Nurse Wings. My name is Antea Duarte.
A pleasure to meet you, Miss Duarte. What brings you to Fort Jericho?
I've been here a while now. You just couldn't see me.
What do you mean? I can see you just fine.
You and I are very much alike, Nurse Wings, don't you think?
Are we? How so?
I'm a ghost, Nurse Wings. And so are you.
Are you sure you're well, Miss Duarte? You sound feverish. Perhaps you need to lie down and rest?
I don't rest, Nurse Wings. Sound familiar?
She won't be told. We'll have to prove it to her.
If you need it, I may still have some vervain. You let me know.
Goodbye, Nurse Wings. For now.
I'll be here, as ever.
Aye. That's the problem.
She won't listen. We must find proof.
Poor Nurse Wings is losing her grip. She neither sleeps nor eats, but doesn't question it.
She gets her sustenance elsewhere now.
Her denial runs deep and Peabody sickens. Her journal spoke of a clifftop hideaway. A cosy wee pub, then.
Right. Let's go for a walk.
I sense an echo somewhere nearby.
There's an echo here, but we need the tie. Anne's medics remind me of my mother's. The oils and ointments, infusions and concoctions.
I bet she knew her business.
She treated the men the slavers worked to death in the fields. Though she had little money, she was very famous. That's what saved her. I think we found her. There's an echo.
How long has she been here?
No more than a few days.
Here's the key to the infirmary. Toki mi indrasta, skal numphalis. I see no journal.
It may have slid from her fingers and fallen.
Let's retrieve it.
Easy as pie.
Nah, but you can't cook.
They brought more friends. Ah, shut it. We shite's toughened up.
Can't use this one. The pattern needs to line up. Did we miss a few? I'm right here, you know.
Get lost, won't you?
It's about to shoot.
Try this on for size.
Incoming.
Look to...
You're done.
That one is shielded.
Die, you bastard!
Shall we? This looks like the place. Let's find the journal.
She knew something was wrong.
Yet now that she has died, her ghost denies it.
Colton Peabody believes she is pretending.
She doesn't seem the pretending type. We should go back to the infirmary. Anne will surely be there.
have another in sight.
Anne reminds me of More Mackenzie. We hid in her house when we were running from the English. She washed our wounds and sang as we buried the dead. Never stopped smiling.
I like her already.
They burned the house down with her inside.
I'm sorry.
And maybe More still haunts the ruins, waiting for the next poor wounded soul.
McCraith, what can I do for you?
Why do you think would the ghost of Nurse Wings be collecting wintergreen?
That's above my rank, Major. I'll let an officer tell me that. Or a gardener. Or a poisoner.
And Wings had the grip. She packed up and left so she'd not pass on the infection. Part of her must have known she'd not make it.
I did not know. I could not have known.
How could you indeed, with your head so far up your own behind?
She had a cough. Just a cough. I couldn't have known it would kill her.
Well, kill her it did. What's the word around here?
Ain't no word around here. Not for me, leastways.
How are things since the failed mutiny?
Oh, they're wonderful. As sweet and flat and calm as pudding in a cupboard in a rich man's pantry. Mutiny's a fool's business, and I'm no fool. Mutineers get their fellows hanged. A pox on 'em. A pox on Helen Priest.
How's life about the fort?
The captain is at his post, and the traitor has been punished. The hell with mutineers and rebels all. Mind you, the fort has gone to shite. There's work to be done, and someone needs to start handing it out.
I'm surely happy to see you're getting your strength back. As you were, Mr. Peabody. See you about.
Not like I can go anywhere anyways.
In Shaw and Draste, Toki min Koorster.
Hold still.
Get your filthy hands off me!
That's enough, Mr. Peabody.
Get off me, you evil old frigate!
In his temper, Cotton Peabody gave Anne Wings the disease that killed her.
Oh, still here, are you? What new comedy do you two bring me now?
Cotton Peabody's health concerns you greatly, true?
I'm a very good nurse.
I think you know what he needs. I think you know his remedy.
He must have wintergreen. Fresh oil, decocted, then used as a salve.
Yet, though you treat him, his condition worsens. You must have noticed.
To maintain the illusion of life, you feed upon his essence. Even as you tend to him, you leech his life away.
No. No.
Your memory is fading.
It is not. At least, I don't think it is.
Once you kept meticulous records. Now your notes, if you keep them at all, are chaotic.
It's just that I'm all alone. No one to talk with. No one to share a laugh with. I've gone a little potty.
How long is it since last you slept? How long since last you ate?
Well, I have been very busy.
You're tired but cannot sleep. You're hungry but can't face eating. Time to face the truth.
No, it's just... I'm tired. I forget things. I forget to stop working.
Nurse Wings. Anne. You're dead. Just like Antea. You've convinced yourself you're still alive, but you are not.
But if Mr. Peabody withers by my presence, then why does your woman not wither you?
I would, but I take my strength from other people.
My God! I could never do that!
Then the longer you stay to treat your patient, the quicker he will die.
No. No!
Hold there, Nurse Wings! Anne! I can help you. Let me help you.
She's heading back to where her body lies.
Anne, are you there?
If I take another step, if I fall, I won't die.
No, you won't die.
All I wish was to save a soul. Just one soul at a time. Cotton.
It's time we put an end to this.
Poor Cotton Peabody. So sick, so haunted.
It'll be over soon, one way or another.
get well. It is all I want. But by staying, I've been doing you harm. For that, I beg your forgiveness. Oh, Mr. McWraith.
Peabody, we must talk.
This sounds ominous. Where lies the problem?
Anne Wings had the grip. She packed up and left so she'd not pass on the infection. Part of her must have known she'd not make it.
I did not know. I could not have known.
How could you indeed, with your head so far up your own behind?
She had a cough. Just a cough. I couldn't have known it would kill her.
Well, kill her it did. You're the one who made her sick. The day you spat on Anne Wings, you gave her your disease.
I never spat on... No. Wait. I did. She was at me with the lancet. The pain gave me a wee touch of fury, just for a moment. I gulped without thinking.
You knew you were infectious. You wished to harm her. 'Twas an attack. So, Nurse Wings died trying to heal you. And you believe her ghost returns to harm you. Interesting. Well, all good things, they say, come to an end. I'll miss our little chance.
Anne Wings, you are a dedicated nurse. You're also a ghost who's killing her patient. You must go.
I'll not leave till Mr. Peabody is well. If I don't treat him, no one will.
What if we were to promise to try?
How could you? You're not nurses. You're banishers. Now please leave me to treat my patient.
I'm sorry you see things that way. But you're right. We are banishers. Goodbye, Nurse Wings.
You are dead. You are no more.
Is she gone? Am I safe?
It's over. Anne Wings is gone for good.
Gone for good? Aye. Great.
In her diary, Nurse Wings said oil of wintergreen could cure Peabody. It would be fitting.
We must at least try. Let's get the ingredients.